What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? We are here on YouTube for the first time in quite some time. Happy to be here, and wow, it's been a while since I figured out how to actually put it on YouTube and been doing so much other stuff. Twitch has been kind of the home, but we got to split it up a little bit. We got to show some love to the big homies and YouTube. Shout out to everybody up in the chat, but we got ourselves a great matchup here. It is week number 2, and obviously for me that means that the you see the image right there in front of you. I have to add a 2 there. Let me go ahead and do that for the big homies because I gotta mess something up. You already know how we do. But what's up, everybody? Hope everyone's doing well. Mr. Percoco is up in here. He's going up against his former team in a new uniform. Should be a fun ride here. Kai Coco, and there's also Ulf Jacobson you see on the screen. Should be a fun ride here as always. It's gonna be Charlotte at Typhoon, and it's gonna be a fun ride. You already know how we do. The games keep rolling, and it's only going to get better from here. I'm trying to tell you. Shout out to everybody up in the chat. I got the not the giveaway, but I got a Q&A up there. So anybody want to ask some questions, feel free to hit your boy up. See if we can get some answers for you. But we're going to get this game rolling in just a little bit. Just double checking a few things on my side. Do I have my tablet? That'll be a good thing to have. That way I could get some random sounds at you while I'm go ahead and do it. It's going to be a wild game for sure. Definitely. Got everything rolling on this side though. I should be all set. Mr. Ruddy coming through with a touchdown last week. He says he wants to do it again, but only one way to figure out who's going to get the W in this one. Let's go ahead and hit that play game button. And we back on YouTube, folks. Let's get it on. Let's go ahead and flip it over, and we are underway here in Tampa. Let's get into it. It's going to be returned there and taken to around the 26-27 yard line, and we are underway. Let's get to it. Tampa Bay starting with the football, and is going to be a give to 34, who's going to get pushed forward past the 30 to around the 32. Gonna make a 2nd and 4. Make sure you get those interactions up, hit those hearts, hit those 100 emotes and all the good stuff. Make sure you get a lit up in here for the first time. It's going to be a read option. It's a lot of room there from James West, who's going to try to do a spin move past Montaigne, not to be. And that's going to make it 1st and 10 coming up. Great job there. A lot of room there for number 10. He made it happen. Looked like he was trying to point him out. Are you able to see which users are current on the live stream? Yeah, for the most part. But they got it. Well, he's talking about like a list, like who's actually in. I won't be able to see it unless they chat, but I mean, I can kind of get a full scope as I'm looking through. But so far, so good here. Let me know how the stream is looking. Let me know how I'm sounding. Everything looks pretty good from what I'm seeing. Nothing too crazy quite yet. As it's going to be a pass here. Looking right side and caught, and he's turning it up. Past the 30. Trying to get through that man. Not to be. And Tampa Bay is already inside the red zone. Riker Bryson coming through with the big catch. First and 10 here, and they're going to give it back to 34. Big hole, as it's going to be Ulf versus Arn in this ball game. Brother versus brother. Thank you for the confirmations there. Everybody looking out for your mans. I'm trying to do something different for you guys. It's season 10. We're breaking out into some new territory as we see 2nd and 2 here for Tampa. Gonna look for another handoff, pushing forward, and gets inside the 5, down to the 4. Gonna make his 1st and goal here. Making sure the sounds is good. It's going to be 1st and goal here. They're going to give it to him again. Why not? It's going to be a flag on the play. Staying strong. Did he get the touchdown? I don't think so, but I think it might be coming back. Yes, it is. Going to make it to the 15-yard line. Good penalty that helps out Charlotte. Going to make it 1st and goal. Hopefully everyone's having a blessed Friday. And we just had a great game earlier. Toronto, they ended up getting the victory here. There's going to be 8 minutes left in the 1st. They're going to fake it to off, looking for a man on the run, looking for someone deep to throw it to. Settles again, and then takes off and fumbles the football, and picked up by the Holmes and Charlotte. And John Smith's in the chat. He said he's ready. He's got himself a recovery tonight. What a defensive stand here from Charlotte, as they're going to fake it to Doc Boone, looking for a man. Going to launch this one right side, and going to be a straight dot there to the big homie, Hex Waters. And that's going to be 1st and 10, a gain of 21. Look at that right there. That's definitely a dot right there. Got the feet in bounds as well. I'm sure Vic was wishing that was him right there, but all good. We're going to see what happens here. They're going to give it to Doc for his 1st carry, and it's a big one for 10 yards, maybe 11. And that's going to make it 1st and 10 coming up. This game is already delivering on the hype. You love to see it. Great job so far here for Charlotte. Got the turnover, and now they're trying to get something cooking here. It's a little bit of a delay from what I'm seeing for what's happening in the game, as we see Doc Boone push forward again for another big gain right there. It's 1st and 10. Charlotte is rocking it all the way from inside their own 20. Here they are already inside Tampa territory. It's like a one-play difference, like from what I see on the stream and what is actually happening on the game. So it's not too bad. I love to see it. Looking for a man again. Protection's breaking down, and looks like Tampa's going to stand up a little bit. Demon Jones getting into the backfield. A loss of 10 here. Great defense right there. Now it's going to be 2nd and long. Get out of Tampa's territory was what the big homie said. Going to be passing it again, looking for a man here. Taking off to run. Is he going to get sacked again? Yes, he is. And it's going to be bad omens. Sack 1, sack 2, and 2 straight plays. And it's going to be 3rd and a country mile here. And they're getting to Hank Falco tonight. Gonna look for a man here. Gonna throw this towards Vic, and that's over his head. And those 2 sacks essentially slowed this drive down. That's gonna make it 4th and 29. And we'll see what happens here on the punt. I walked away for 2 seconds when Tampa was on the 3-yard line. What the hell happened? Well, Hank Falco fumbled, and then Charlotte got the ball back. They drove down past midfield and couldn't do too much else outside of that. As we see the return past the 20. And it's going to be 1st and 10 coming up here. And Tampa did invest a lot into that front 7, mostly in the D-line. 2 rookies here making big plays here for this Tampa defense. And here comes Mr. James West coming back onto the field. Let's see how they work this play here. Going to be passing it, looking for a man. Protection's breaking down, and going to be a sack the other way. And there goes Tyree Wells. hitting the cha-cha on him. 3 sacks in, I believe, the last 5 plays. That's going to be 2nd and 15 coming up. Going to be passing it again. They send the blitz. It doesn't get home, and it looks like Travis Vaughn will get his first catch to make it 3rd and short. Tampa Bay trying to get this drive cooking. Shout out to everybody in the chat doing their thing. If you love the USFA, let me get a yeah in the chat. 3rd and 2 here for the big homies in Tampa. Almost got a man offside. It's going to look for a man. Going to try to launch it deep, but it looks like it's going to be Lakota Sentawakua taking them down. 2 sacks by both of these defenses, and Charlotte's getting the football back just as quick. And that was a beautifully timed blitz there on that right side, squeezing through the guards, making the play happen, and looking for a deep punt here from Trey Pointer. It's going to be returned here. Going to take a pass to 25, sheds off one man and pushes through to get past the 30 to get around the 33. That is Montezuma Popico. Only had a couple catches last week, but he ended up making one of those a touchdown. So he's trying to get this one cooking here. First and 10, almost got that right guard, right end there moving. Going to throw it, and he's going to throw a pick. It's going to be Chris Davis. All these turnovers. It's going to be getting down to the 30-yard line, and this is a defensive battle real quick. I love to see it. Going to be going with the handoff, and he's going to push inside the 25-yard line. I believe that's the first INT of the season there by Hank Falco, the MVP of last year. Unfortunate turn of events here, trying to fit that to Bobby Boucher, not to be. And here comes Tampa trying to get something cooking. Going to the right side and going to be caught. Did he keep his feet in bounds? Yes, he did. Blake Grant said that he got the juice. What a catch there by the big homie. Looks like he did barely. Great catch there by Blake Grant. No, both teams cannot lose. Unfortunate for you. Gonna be quick pitch left side in. Looks like a drop there from Kai Coco. We've seen that play many a times when he was wearing the opposite jersey and just couldn't quite hang on to it. Is it just me, or am I seeing like more animations than we've been seeing this season than ever? I don't know if it's just me, maybe because I'm watching every games, but we're going to keep it moving here. 2nd and 10 coming. Going to be a handoff, bouncing it outside, cutting through, tackled by another veteran, Caitlin Montaigne, and that's going to make it 3rd and short coming up. Gonna look, and that's gonna go out the back of the end zone, trying to fit that one to Riker Bryston. And the Charlotte defense once again stands tall here in the red zone. We'll see the first attempt at points here with the field goal. Kick is going to be up and good. Tampa is going to start us out tonight with some points, 3-0. I gotta click something off real quick. There you go. Make sure you show some love to the big homies. The games keep rolling. He said, yeah. Yeah.
Shit like that.
A lot of defensive plays here. We've seen like 4 sacks, an interception. A lot of defensive plays here. Every time I see yeah in the chat, I'll hit that right there. You know what I'm saying? Keep hitting those hearts. Keep showing love. Get us into algorithm. But shout out to everybody doing this thing. A big game here in the East. As the team that loses this game will fall at least to 3rd place, because there's one more undefeated team by the name of, as we see the pass to the middle of the field, and that was almost picked off again. I'm sorry, by the name of the big homies in Toronto. Yeah. Tampa Bay's locking up with these deep passes here. And you're going to see a fake of the handoff here, looking for a man middle of the field, and almost picked off again. Trying to fit that one to Bobby Boucher. The passing attack here for Charlotte just cannot find any type of movement here. 3rd down coming. They might need to move towards the running game. That's been the only positive things we've been seeing so far, outside of that big play to Hex Waters earlier. And it's going to be shotgun set here. A lot of bodies. Going to look for a man. They're going to throw it to Vic for his first catch. Stays in bounds. And he is going to pick up the first by himself. Make sure you show some love to Vic. He's going to lead the way. I thought he stepped out of bounds, actually, but we'll have to see the replay. Let's see if we could get it. Stays in. Yeah, he stayed in. Great job there from Vic to keep this drive alive. Charlotte trying to get something cooking. They're going to send Aaron Jacobson in motion, but they're not going to get the play off. That's going to be the end of quarter numero uno. Let's go ahead and get into it, folks. Show some love. Make sure you like and subscribe. Do what you need to do to get on the field. Show some love to all of our various affiliates, please. They do so much work for us. As we see the handoff, and there goes Doc Boone for his 3rd carry. Averaging a 1st down to carry. I mean, it's kind of hard for me not to say that you need to give him the ball some more. 2nd and 6 coming up. Doc Boone and Vic Dotson, they're 2-star players here on this team. And they're going to give it to Doc, who's going to try to push forward and probably picks up 2. Actually, he picks up 3. 3rd and short coming up here. Third and 3 coming up. Will they give it to him again? No, they won't. They're going to go ahead and pass it left side wide open. Montezuma Popico. And he's going to take it close to the 40. There goes Charlotte's passing attack. It's 1st and 10 coming up. Definitely needed that right there. Get it to your number 1 draft pick. Number 1 overall draft pick. He says he wants to be the new face of the team. But you could kind of say they have a big 3 here, in my opinion. Look for a man. It's going to be caught by Vic, who's going to get the catch and get close to the 1st down. They said they're going to give it to him. Another solid catch there from the number 1 tight end for the last 4 or 5 seasons, I'd say. Vic Dotson, he says, I don't mind. Keep throwing me the football. I'll make something happen. Going to look for a man again. They are going to throw it to him. He's going to shut off 1 man, and he's going to push forward again to around the 25. So that's a gain of 7 again. Getting number 87 available in this ball game. He got a touchdown last week, and he said he's definitely up for getting another one if the opportunity presents itself. Neither team scored a touchdown up to this point. Almost got a man offsides, not to be. Gonna pass it again. Gonna look for a man. Takes off to run is Falco. Looking for anybody. It's gonna be Doc Boone, who's gonna make a gain of around 2.5. 3rd and 1 coming up. I say in this situation, give it to your bell cow. Let Doc Boone do what he does. And they are going to do what I tell him to do, but did he actually get it? He got pretty close. They said he got it, though, barely. He only needed one. I guess he got one. First and 10 coming up for Charlotte. So far, looking good on the stream, though. I like the quality as well. Going to be Hank Falco again, looking left side wide open. There goes Bobby. Shoot! Hitting the buckets. That's a dot. Touchdown here for Charlotte. First catch of the game is a good one, and the Royals will take the lead. Kick is gonna be up and gonna be all day from Jake Parkey, making it happen, and it's gonna be 7-3 your score. Water is better. None of that Gatorade. We only like H2O. Well, actually, none of that Gatorade or H2O. You better get some of that Dubby, and we'll talk about that in the third quarter. So actually, we can do that at halftime since we're not doing the giveaway here. That's perfectly fine. Shout out to the big homies again at Dubby and Paladin. We'll go into more detail a little bit later. But how's everyone feeling tonight? Great game so far. Definitely a defensive battle here. Only 10 total points. But Tampa Bay's coming back onto the field. They're trying to get this offense rolling. Dubby is better than both. I will 100% have to agree with you on that. Mr. Tom Riddell, aka team owner of the Toronto Wraiths, coming off of a great victory today. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 setup here. Let's see what Tampa and James West can do. Handoff here, pushing forward, and a big gain there from Off, who's gonna push forward for the first down. Actually, that's up to no good. Never mind, I thought that was Ulf Jacobson right there. But that's the former Voyager making the play. The former Pro Bowl acquiring, United Bowl winning halfback. Up to no good. A very underrated duo here with Ulf Jacobson and Up to no good on the same backfield, as we see a handoff, and there goes Off, who's going to drag a man to around the 45. Solid gains for him as well. The run game has been working on both sides. 2nd and 2. Who's going to win this ball game? Pass it again, looking for a man left side, and deflected and almost picked off. I think if he had just a few more ticks in that passing strength, the throwing strength, or throwing power, I should say, that might have been completed, but just a little bit too slow. Great awareness there from that defensive player, by the way. I didn't say that earlier. As we see a handoff, pushing forward, sheds off one man and getting inside. Charlotte territory is Ulf Jacobson. 1st and 10 coming up. And the drive continues here, pushing off of the defensive player. You're seeing that, using that strength. This could potentially be the matchup in the Eastern Conference Championship. You never know what can happen, of course, but it's going to be 2nd and 7 here coming up. Only 5 minutes left in the second. Handoff here, pushing forward, and it's going to be a run play, and his brother takes him down from behind. I was wondering when we were going to see that. Arn takes down Ulf. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Old man still got some juice, most definitely. Another third and short situation. It does favor Tampa if they was to call the right play, but they are going to pass it. Looks like they tried to give it to the halfback, and he avoids the rush, and he's going to pick up the first himself. I think he had a check down trying to get to Ulf, but he got tripped up at the line. He was like, nah, let me just do it myself. I got the speed. Running out away from the big homie Tyree Wells, sliding. Got to keep it moving. It's going to be a first down. Pistol formation, faking the handoff, blocking solid. The pass is going to be caught there by the former Royal. The first catch on the game there for Kai Coco. Is going to be 2nd and 2 coming up. It'll be a gain of 8. By himself, empty set, looking for a man. Gonna try to take off to run again. Throws it left side, and it's going to be Kai Coco. And Tampa Bay will take the lead. Kai Coco scoring on his former team. And we got ourselves a game tonight. What a play there from Tampa. They're going to review it, but it looked pretty simple to me. I don't think that was worth reviewing, but hey, the referees got to make sure they dot their I's and cross their T's. But James West with a beautiful touchdown. Definitely a dot there. Thank you for reminding me. Shout out to everybody in the chat again. Got ourselves a fun game tonight. Potentially 10-7. We got to see the extra point here. It looks pretty good to me. Fired the cannon real quick. It's going to be less than 3 minutes left in the second. Not every scoring play, but I don't know. I don't even know, bruh. Going to send this one away. Let's go ahead and get to it. Seeing him get past the 20, pushing forward as best as he can, and he's going to get close to the 25-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 coming up here. Let's see what the big homies can do. Charlotte trying to get that lead back. Handoff. There goes Doc, who's going to get shut down after a short game. Going to be picking up 3. Low-key Gunderson starting the tackle in business at that current junction. 2nd and 7 coming. Going to pass it here again. Going to throw it right side. Going to try to juke up. Reaching out. Statue of Liberty there. And he's going to pick up that first down. Doc Boone making the play. Has Jake Parkey missed the kick the game? No, they did not. And that'll be the 2-minute warning right there. Had to check something real quick. 1st and 10 coming up. Looking for a man again. Quick pitch to Doc, who's going to get close to the 40, and that's really about it. Going to make a 2nd and medium here. Show some love to the YouTube and Twitch channels. The game keep rolling. Shout out to everybody in chat as always, keeping it locked in as we're going to see it taking a throw off, and Looked like he just wanted to avoid the bad pressure there. Probably rushed it. Gonna make it 3rd and medium now. Not really a fan of that one. I would have tried to work your way around before he did that play. There could have been something deeper. But it did stop the clock, I suppose. So I guess it could have been worse. I'm gonna look for a man here. Gonna launch this and gonna be almost picked off. And that was dangerous right there. He had no one ahead of him. But that's gonna make it 4th and 5. The Tampa Bay defense, they stand tall.
This is a certified hood classic.
Here comes Jake Parkey here. Looking to get something cooking, almost blocked. Looking for a pin. Not going to get said pin. That's going into the back of the end zone. The back of the end zone. It's going to be 1st and 10 coming up. Tampa Bay with 1 minute and 20 seconds left. They do have all 3 timeouts as well, so plenty of time to get something cooking. I'm not 100% sure. I guess this is why we're on YouTube, so you can honestly rewind that. But don't miss out on the gameplay. That's all I got to say. Gonna look for it, man, but it's gonna be a sack. Outside linebacker Tallis Batkins getting into the mix. And that's the 3rd sack for Charlotte. That's gonna make it 2nd and 17. Clock ticking down. They're going to hand it off. Going to try to find something, but Shane Knox said no to that. And they'll call their 2nd timeout. Actually, is their 2nd timeout? Pretty sure. Yeah. Actually, no, Tampa Bay's going to call the timeout. I don't know why they did that. They're essentially helping Charlotte out in that one. Not a fan of that. But that does potentially give Charlotte a chance. If they could get the stop here, gonna move off and push forward, and he's gonna get some solid yards there, but not enough for the first. Charlotte will call the timeout here, and they potentially could do something here with this. You never know. Sending this one away. Big leg as we see the return, looking to push forward, and he's going to take it to around the 40-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 coming up. Let's see what the big homes could do. Madden has its ups and downs. I think there were some real great times where we've seen it, but I don't know, like no other times, just like there's never really a perfect game in regards to it. They have their moments, I'd say. Gonna look for a man here. Gonna quick pitch it there to Vic, who's gonna get close to midfield. Another catch on the game. Is gonna make it 1st and 10. It did glitch through the guy and into the hands of a defender. Glad it didn't get picked away, so that's tough. Well, just like you said. First and 10. Gonna pass it again. Middle of the field and caught. Juking up to pick up the first inside the 40. And they'll call their final timeout right then and there. And that could potentially give them solid field goal range here. It'll be a long one there for Parkey, but it won't be too far out. It'll be somewhere around like the 55-yard mark. 54, I'd say. 54 yards here for Jake Parkey. Can he knock down the distance? Kick is up. It looks pretty good. It is pretty good. The distance, Jake Parkey knows what to do with it. Stop playing with them. One of the top kickers in the league, and he makes the Tampa Bay defense play. And it looked like he had about 10 more yards to spare too, which made it even more impressive. That's going into the highlights. I don't care what no one says. That was impressive. In clutch time too. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. I call him Jake Tucker out there. Big W's there for Jake Parkey in the chat. I see you, big homie. Keep it going. Keep on improving. As it's gonna be kneel down. Should see another kneel down after this. I don't think Tampa's gonna try to chance something crazy happening. Actually, they got their offense on the field. What are they going to do? They're sending everyone to the middle. Is going to throw it. Yes, he is, but there's no one home. Can't do that on the run. And that'll be the end of quarter number 2. Throw your threes up. Get the people up in here. I'll go ahead and do the giveaway. Not the giveaway. I'll do the housekeeping in a little bit as we see the return here, taking a pass to 20. And we'll go ahead and mark it down here. Let's go ahead and get into it. Checking out the stats here. Not a lot of passes in regards to passing yards in this ball game, but Falco and West, they're both doing as good as you can given the defenses they're going up against. So shout out to the big homies there. But we got to go ahead and see what's happening here. On this side, make sure you show some love to the big homies at W. Yeah, it should be a giveaway, right? But there's no way I can actually track who's in and who's out. I'm not doing that. Yeah, on the Friday night, yeah, it'll be all right. You'll have a Saturday and a Sunday night. Stop complaining. But make sure you use that code on your screen right there, USFA S10, to get 10% off of each and every order that you choose to have with them. You already know how we do. Make sure you get that W. The W is on its way. It's coming this week. I cannot wait. And I'm going to get that push and punch. And I got a new insulated tumbler. So shout out to the big homies there. Shout out to Paladin. If you need some software help for your business, that'll be the perfect place for you to go. That way you already know how we do. Shout out to them. And then also our 3 affiliates. If you want to play basketball, you'll need to go to the Gold Standard Basketball League. The link will be in the description of this video, along with every other video on YouTube. That's what we do. Also, shout out to the big homies at Goals, Great One Hockey League Sim. If you need any help to get into the ice when you play some hockey, become a Hockey Hall of Famer. That's the place where you will go. And then also shout out to the big homies at the ECFL, the Elite College Football League. Links of all of these are in the description, but the ECFL, majority of the players that you've seen in this ball game came from that collegiate football league, the best one in the land. I already know. That's all I got to say about that. And going to have a big draft class coming up next season. So we got a little bit of a ride to get to that, but it's going to be packed up. We're going to have another 2-day draft in regards to this Saturday and Sunday. So shout out to them. Shout out to all of our affiliates and sponsors. But we got to go ahead and get back into this gameplay here. Should be a fun ride as always. And yeah, let's go ahead and get back into it. Hope you're having a blessed Friday. If you're missing Friday Night SmackDown because of this, just know that after this game is over, I'll be watching that. So yeah, gonna be a fun ride as always, as we see Charlotte with the football tied up at 10. It's essentially a new ball game here. It's going to be a run there by Doc Boone, and he's only going to pick up 2. USFA S10 season next. That's what I should have did. I can actually change that code. Yeah, I'm going to do USFA SX. That's going to be the code right there. I could change it though. It's all good. Going to be 2nd and 8 here. Going to be passing it. Looking for a man. Throws it to big homie Vic, who's going to pick up 3 yards essentially. And it's going to be 3rd and 5. Sorry, AEW guy. I mean, I like AEW too. I like them both. But right now with the Cody Rhodes thing, it's kind of wild, especially after that press conference. It was pretty ridiculous. So I got to watch out a little bit. Gonna pitch this one right side, and it looks like the Tampa Bay defense stands tall, getting in the backfield, and they essentially got nothing on that drive. It's going to be 4th and 10. How I'm kind of doing it with the wrestling, like I normally see 1 or 2 of the shows out of Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Well, 1 out of the 4 shows. Like I used to see 1 or 2 of the shows live. So either NXT, SmackDown, Raw, or AEW, or any of the AEW ones. But it really just depends. And then the rest of them, I just go ahead and just watch highlights. That's how I've been doing it. Oh yeah, Mercedes money. Going to be throwing this short there to Off, and he's going to push forward, and he tried to reach out for it, but that second tackle essentially stopped that. They'll pick up 9 though. It's 2nd and 1 coming. They're right around midfield. They're going to go ahead and send Blake in motion, fake it to him, handoff, a juke move, and he'll pick the first down up. Tackled there by number 24. That's Jamal Adams Jr. with the tackle. It's going to be 1st and 10. Pistol formation. They're going to pass out of this. They're going to send a blitz, and they're going to throw it away. 2nd and 10 coming up here for Tampa. Charlotte trying to get back off the field. Passing it again, looking for a man. Section's breaking down a little bit, but the pocket's solid. No one's getting home and no one's getting open, so that's going to be the 2nd straight throwaway here. Didn't look like West wanted to take the chance to scramble. 3rd and 10 coming up. Looking for a man here. Going back to the empty set, looking, gonna toss this one, gonna take off to run. Shane Knox is not playing games. It's gonna be a sack. Shane Knox wrapping around the corner, knocking him for a loss of 3, and Charlotte's getting this football back real quick. Taking a good long time there for that punt, but it might be the good use. That's going outside, inside the 3, I should say. Another great special teams play as Trey Pointer gets it done. Charlotte's going to start inside their own 10. They're going to mark him at the 2. So deep pockets here. Let's see if Charlotte can reach out and get something, as they're going to get stuck right at the 2, maybe getting a half a yard there. 2nd and 9 coming up. This might be a game where field position means a lot. Definitely a dot on the punt right there for sure. Well, Doc Boone is getting the ball here, yes. Not this particular play. Going to look middle of the field, and it's going to be caught. Look at the middle linebacker on Jacobson with the clutch catch in the middle of the field. Going with the 3 tight end set. This is why I said, put your middle linebacker in there, see what he can do. And he makes it happen. Wow. I think that's the first catch of the season here by a linebacker. You love to see it. It's going to be 1st and 10 coming up. Going to pass it here. Looking middle field and caught. Turn it up. There goes Bobby Boucher coming off of a touchdown earlier. And that's going to make it 1st and 10 again. Hey, if your middle linebacker has catching attributes, I mean, it's only going to help. Got an empty set here. What would they do out of it is the question. Gonna look for a man. Gonna take off to run. Looking for someone to throw it to, and I think it's gonna be a sack. No, he's gonna get a couple yards there. My bad. I thought he had a sack there. Chris Davis already has an INT, so I got a little perked up a little bit. It's 2nd and 8 coming. Gonna pass it again. Looking to go towards Vic, and he's wide open again. Inside midfield is where they go. And Vic Dotson, hey, you leave him open, he's going to make you pay. 1st and 10 here for Charlotte. One-handed catch as well. I formation coming up. Going to pitch this one right side, looking for some blocks, a hurdle, and gets stuck in the backfield. He got stuck right there with that hit, and he's still falling. He's drunk. 2nd and 13 coming up. Concussion protocol. Ooh. That's what happens when he did that hurdle right there. 2nd and 13 coming up. Going to pass it again, looking for a man. Going to launch this left side. Is going to be caught by Doc, who's going to get pretty much those yards back that he lost, and he's going to get a few more. 3rd and 7 coming up.
You're a victim.
Third and 7 coming up. Going to look for a man here. Try to take off to run, and there's no room, and he was waiting for someone to get open, and that's going to be another sack. 3 sacks on the game here for Tampa. Hendricks Harlow making the play, and that'll slow this drive to a halt. And now Jake Parkey coming through with a long field goal. Now he wants the pin. Sending this one away. This one goes to the middle of the field. Is he looking for the bounce? He's going to get the bounce, and they'll roll towards the 6. And that is how you flip the field. So both punters coming through with some points, and they both at least get 1 pin as well. Well, this is the Platinum O-line going up against one of the top D-lines in the game, so you got to take that into account as well, as we see a handoff pushing past the 10. It's going to be 2nd and 3 coming up. Tampa has a top 3 D-line, so you got to take all of that into account. Handoff again, trying to find the crease, and it looks like that's more Jacobson on Jacobson crime, but not enough before Ulf Jacobson picks up the 1st down. It's going to be 1st and 10 coming up. Yeah, bronze. Yeah, if you have bronze or copper, like, you might as well just quit. Thankfully, no one has either of those lines, as we see him try to take off, and it's going to be a sack again. Tyler Spatkins coming through with number 2. It's going to be 2nd and 17 coming. I don't know what you're talking about. They took like 2 750 guys in the draft. There is one, or 2, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, as we see, the read option's not going to work, and that's going to be big homie Tyree Wells getting into the backfield, getting the tackle for loss. And the defense, once again, of Charlotte showing up. They're giving their offense a chance here if they could get another stop in the backfield. HBV has gold, yeah. Going to be looking for a man here. Trying to get someone. Throws a short. There goes Big home in Riker Bryson, who had a big catch earlier. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. Throw your fours up, big homies. Let's get into it. Make me want to send a quick ping to the people just to see if we could get some more people up in here as we see Montezuma Popico turn the corner and take it inside Tampa Bay territory. Great job there. Gonna pass it here, looking left side and dropped. There by MJ Witten. Could not hang on. Handoff. There goes Doc Boone with a big hole. And that does once again put him somewhere in field goal range. 3rd and 3 coming up. Sent the ping out to the crew. Get up in here. Stop playing games. A defensive battle. The offense trying to cook. And it's going to be a pass here, looking for a man, going to go right side and caught. And there goes Bobby Boucher again, down to the 30-yard line. Definitely in field goal range now. It's going to be 1st and 10 again. Witten dropping passes is a bad omen, and it's pretty hilarious that Tampa Bay has a defensive end that has the name Bad Omens. Is that fate? Going to be a handoff, trying to find a hole. And it looked like he had one initially, but I think he went against it. So there's going to be a gain of 2 on that play here. Going to pass this one again, looking for a man. Protection's breaking down, and that's going to be another sack. And I just said his name. Bad Omens making the hit. Another sack here on this quarterback. It's 3rd and 13 now. I just said his name 2 plays ago. Big play here. Gonna look for a man. Taking off to run, and gonna be yet another sack, and it's gonna be Hendricks Harlow taking them backwards, and it's not looking good here. That might have took him out of field goal range. It might have. It'd be like a 58-yarder from here, but it looks like it's gonna be another pin. Had him inside the 30. Went backwards 2 straight plays, looking for another pin. It's going to the right side, and it looks pretty good to me. I think it might be inside the 5 again. Jake Parkey coming through with the clutchness. Now we got ourselves an interesting ball game here. Can Charlotte sneak up with another great defensive stand? They're going to mark him at the 7-yard line right there. Charlotte looking for the play. Going to send this middle of the field and caught. And there goes the former Royal. But you know, that's going to be number 34, Ulf Jacobson, coming out the backfield. Going to be 1st and 10 coming up. They had him in the slot. And putting him up against a safety normally doesn't work out in the favor of the defense. You got to put a corner, in my opinion. Going to look for a man here. 360 no scope, tried it, throws the left side, and gonna be incomplete, trying to fit that one to Coco. Couldn't hang on through contact. It's gonna be 2nd and 10. Once again, let me know how the game is playing on your screen. Let me know how I'm sounding. Trying something new here. I think this has been a pretty successful week here. It's gonna be making a handoff, looking for a man, launching this right side in single coverage, and almost picked off. I believe that was the love doctor over there. It's going to be 3rd and 10 coming up. Mr. Cool Bean said, I feel like this game is going to end 15-10. But that would involve a safety if that was the case. Going to be 3rd down coming up. Looking for a man again. Going to pass it. Protection's breaking down, and there goes another young D lineman getting into the mix. Bryce Zerns getting there, and it's 4th and 20, and the defense of Charlotte stands tall again. A lot of sacks tonight. A lot of sacks. And that's going to back them up, so they'll have to punt from their own end zone here. That'll definitely help Charlotte try to get something cooking, sending this one away. Gonna be returning this here. Montezuma using that speed again. Turn it up. Trying to get around the edge. And Montezuma might be that guy at punt return. I don't know. He's looking pretty nice here. If he had a little bit more speed, that might be a house call. But that's going to be putting Charlotte right in field goal range. What a return again here from the #1 overall draft pick. Going to pass this one right side. It's going to be caught by Vic, who's going to turn up and get himself yet another catch, and that'll get him inside the 25. A gain of 7 there for the big homie Vic Dotson. He was hoping to shed that tackle and keep it moving, but not to be. Single back formation here. I think this is a good time to give it to DB1 there in the backfield, but they're going to pass it, looking left side, and that is a drop there. There goes the middle linebacker, Aaron Jacobson. He made the first catch. That second one, not so good. It's going to make it 3rd and 3. Honestly, he had Vic again in the same area, but he decided to throw it straight ahead as opposed to the right a little bit. But still convertible here. We'll see if they can pick it up. They're going to give it to Doc, who's going to turn up, and he is going to pick up the first down to the 20. 1st and 10 coming up here. Charlotte trying to get some points on the board. This is going to be a fun game to watch again. Hey, right now he's 50%, okay? He did good, he did bad. Gotta be a pass again, though. Looking for a man, middle of the field, and caught. There goes MJ Witten, and he's gonna do it himself. Charlotte on the board again. Gonna get another touchdown. A great job there from the Royals. And a big touchdown here in the halfway mark of the 4th. Kick is going to be up here from Parker. He doesn't miss. I don't got to worry about that. That's going to be 17-0. Tampa Bay coming back onto the field. They could very well tie it up. See what we could do from there. And y'all could let me know if this is a big brain move to switch this game over from a pre-recorded game that would have posted to YouTube all the way to a live stream. I mean, y'all could. I think I deserve a pay raise for this one. Just me talking to myself, but I'm also talking to y'all. Make sure you let the big head honcho upstairs know I'm putting some work up in here. But we got to see Tampa Bay put in some work. Looking like they do have 5 minutes 55 seconds left to make something happen. Going to be interesting to see here, to see if they can make it happen. See if they can tie this ball game up. And John Smith makes a very interesting point. They scored 51 last week. They only have 10 up to this point. It's cool. Just don't be losing a Twitch stream for it. Man, why you always got some of this shit? Just want to elbow you in the head sometimes. But it's going to be 1st and 10, and that's incomplete. And it's going to be James West trying to throw that one somewhere, but not to be. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Gonna look right side and caught, tackled by Arn Jacobson. 35. He said, Stacks threatening owners, more news at 11. You heard that? Charlotte has better ghosts than the team last week. That's definitely a fair point as well to make by Mr. Percoco, as he's trying to score a touchdown on his former team here, looking for a man, launch the left side, and there goes a catch by Mr. Percoco, Kai Coco to be exact, and that's going to get him inside, well, outside of the 40. It's going to be 1st and 10 coming up. As Ryan said, John, don't aim to be me, aim to be better. That'll make the league as a whole better. So I could definitely co-sign that. 1st and 10 again. James West, middle of the field, and caught by Blake Grant. Getting inside or outside of the 45. 2nd and 4 coming up here. I mean, I think honestly, three streams is a good amount. And then we could kind of get more involvement on the YouTube side of things, because we're close on both sides to make partner on either side. So if the more work we can try to work on getting this one here, it's just going to give us more exposure. So can't just I know the Twitch and everything like that, it works out, they got the giveaway, but we gotta show love to everybody that's rocking with us. Might even throw a game on Kick, you never even know. Looks like big homie Kai Coco reached for that 1st down, and he got it. Looking for a man again, takes off to run, and there's a player waiting for him. Tyree Wells gets sack number 2. It's going to be 2nd and 14 coming up. Nah, not really. I mean, it's around the same. Like, normally we skate around 10 to 25, so that's normally our range. I was hoping more because it's the first time we got to a YouTube stream, but it is what it is. Going to be looking for a man again, middle of the field, and miss that receiver bad. And that's going to be 3rd and 14. I could definitely find a way. Maybe even like if I made like a poll or something like that, a check-in or something, I don't know. I could find a way. I'm sure I can. Going to be looking for a man, throwing this left side, going to be caught, but not going to be enough for the 1st. Maybe like if y'all put your player name or something in there, and then like I just choose a random number between 1 and something, and then wonder if that will work. Maybe, I don't know, but y'all just want me to do more work. I see how it goes. Looking for the bounce, and that is going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. That's going to be 1st and 10. Here at the 20, Charlotte only needs a few 1st downs, and they can essentially wrap this one up. Middle field and caught. There goes Witten down to the 40. And it's going to be 1st and 10. Called a timeout right there. Either that or, hear me out here, we can eliminate all the 5 TPE. We can eliminate the 5 TPE. There is a way for you to stream on both YouTube and Twitch, but that's something I'm not going to test on this side. Actually, I don't even know if OBS could do that. I thought they could only do 1 at a time, but could be something to think about. Maybe as that is going to be caught, and Vic is going to stay upright and pick up the 1st track. Man, I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all about Vic Dotson. Y'all need to stop playing with him. A big gain there from the big tight end. OBS can do both? I thought only Streamlabs OBS can do it. But also got to see if my hard work can even, like, take that. I don't have the greatest of computers here to do it. So, going to be a handoff, push it forward, and drag it inside the 40. It's going to be another set of, well, not a set of downs, but hey, it is what it is. How did Vic do in the United Bowl? Not all that great, but we're not talking about that right now. Talk about your player. All I know is he's still the best at his position until someone unseats him. Until someone says otherwise. It's Vic's world. We're just living in it. Look for a man again. Going to try to take off to run. He's going to pick up that first down, and he's going to stay upright and take it to the 30 as Tampa Bay has no more timeouts. That matters to me. Just take your rings humbly, please. All I know is he can't do nothing if you don't get the ball. That's all I got to say. But they're going to take the kneel down. This more than likely will close this game out. Tampa Bay, a valiant effort all game long, but just could not get the juice needed to take down the Charlotte Royals. And Charlotte, they appear to be in prime to be in the top spot here in the East, as we see a handoff there by Doc Boone to try to get him over 50 yards, and he does. And that'll essentially wrap this ball game up. We still have 2 more games left this week. 2 more on Twitch right there. So we're going to have, let's see, we're going to have the one on Saturday and the one on Sunday. So shout out to the big homies there. We'll go ahead and check them out real quick as the final seconds tick off. And you never know, Charlotte might potentially go for the field goal. I'll let you know if that happens, but we'll check out the setup here, as it looks like it's going to be New Jersey at New York. So the battle for the Hudson River, that'll be on Saturday. And then we will go ahead and close it out with Arizona at Tacoma. Should be a fun ride there to close out this one. And that's really about it here. Looks like the game is over. No field goal needed, none of that craziness, but the final score will be 17-10 in favor of Charlotte. A great game all the way through. First stream in a while on YouTube, and I say it was a success in my opinion. Great job by everybody in the chat here. But looking at the stats, Charlotte pretty much ran through the game. It was pretty up and down, but like in regards to the stats, they lead most of them. 5 for 11 on third down, 3 for 10 there for Tampa on third down. Possession time, they did barely get the lead there, mostly because they had the last part of the game right there, you know what I'm saying. Looking at the setup here, looks like Hank Falco led the way, 21 for 29, 254, 2 TDs, 1 interception. On the other side, James West, a great game, 13 for 23, 163, 1 touchdown. Got to get that completion percentage up a little bit, but nonetheless, great game. And you see the longest pass is 37 yards there by James West. On the other side, rushing side, looks like Ulf Jacobson won this battle. Looks like 15 to 84, 15 for 84 there for Ulf. Doc Boone 15 for 54. Hank Falco 4 for 8. James West 4 for 19. He did fumble the football though, and up to no good. Had 1 carry for 12 yards. Looking a little bit further down, looks like the longest carry goes to Doc Boone there for 14 yards. Receiving wise, we'll start with Tampa. Kai Coco led the way with 4 catches for 46 yards and a touchdown. Blake Grant 3 for 28. Ulf with 2 for 23. Travis Vaughn 2 for 18. Riker Bryson 2 for 48. So you got to give credit to that Charlotte defense. They was clamping. Not a lot of big gains here. Well, they did have a few, but nothing too crazy though. Riker Bryson had that 37-yarder, and outside of that, it wasn't too much else available for them. On the other side though, looks like Vic Dotson led the way with 8 catches for 85 yards. Doc Boone 4 for 20. Blaze that. MJ Witten 3 for 53 and a touchdown. Bobby Boucher 3 for 46 and a touchdown. Hex Waters had that 1 big catch in the first quarter, but that was it for 21 yards. Arn Jacobson gets 1 for 14. And Montezuma Popico only gets 1 catch for 15 yards. Looking at the drops, Jacobson and Witten, and looks like receiving wise, looks like Bobby Boucher had the longest catch of 22 yards. Hex Waters had a 21 yarder, Witten had a 20, and then it looks like Vic Dotson had an 18. So pretty balanced all the way through in regards to the length of the plays. On the other side, let's check on defense. Lakota Lacenta Wakua there with 7 tackles. Arn Jacobson with 6, Shane Knox with 6, Caitlin Montaigne with 6, Tyree Wells with 6, Tyler Spatkins with 4, John Smith with 4, Jamal Adams with 4, Chris Cook with 2, Giovanni Valentine there with 2, Alpha Omega there with 2, Bryce Stearns with 1, Vic Dotson gets a tackle, Kenny Bombard gets a tackle, and Hex Waters gets a tackle. Tyree Wells there with 1 tackle for loss. Tyree Wells and Tyler Spatkins each get 2 sacks today. Great job from them. Zerns, Sentawakua, and Knox each get a sack. A lot of sacks there. Was that 7 sacks total? Great job there from the defense. Giovanni Valentine with 2 pass deflections. Lakota and Caitlin each get 1. John Smith forced the fumble. Okay, so that's who forced it there. Great job. And he also recovered it. So he forced and recovered his own fumble. You love to see that there. No safeties or anything like that there by the big homies in Charlotte. On the other side, Jordan Vinny led the way with 9 tackles, along with Chris Davis, who also had 9. Chris Sheen had 9 too, so a lot of tackles there from these 3 players. Shallow Marino there with 7, Ian Gish with 6, Hendricks Harlow with 6, Bad Omens with 5, Loki Gunderson with 3, Javon Highland with 3, Maddie Tillman with 2, Asula Musula Rusu, the tight end, gets 2, Damon Jones there gets 2, looks like Tank Jones gets 1, Leon Kennedy with 1, and Vaughn Carlton. Shout out to Vaughn Carlton. He gets 1 as well. Leon Kennedy and Bad Omens there with tackles for loss. Looks like sack-wise, Bad Omens there with 2, along with Hendrick Harlow, and Demon Jones gets 1, so 5 sacks total. Chris Davis there with 1 sack there. Great. I'm sorry, 1 sack. 1 interception there. Great job for 9 yards. And it looks like Kennedy, Davis, and Marino each have a pass deflection. No fumbles or anything like that here on defense. On the other side, we got to see the kicks, and it looks like Jake Parkey knocks through 2 extra points and 1 field goal, so that's going to be 5 points total. Trey Pointer brings in 1 extra point and 1 field goal, so that is 4 points. Great job by these kickers today. Punting wise, a lot inside the 20, and they both did their thing. Over 47 yards for both of them. Jake Parkey, I'd say, wins the battle between the 2 of them, so great job there. Kick return wise, 1 for 21 there for Elijah Nigma. Bobby Boucher 2 for 40. Punt return wise, Montezuma Popico with a huge game there, 69 yards returning, and he had as long as a 26. Jordan Vinny 2 for 17 on the other side. And looking at the scoring summary here, looks like Trey Pointer started the points with the field goal there in the first. On the other side, Charlotte came through with the touchdown pass to BB9, and then Kai Coco gets a score on his former team right after that. Jake Parkey ends the half with the long field goal there, 53 yards. On the other side, you got no other scores but Charlotte getting that touchdown to Witten there, and then Jake Parkey knocks it through with the extra point. And then, of course, Tampa had a chance but could not get the ball rolling. So that is going to close this ball game out here. We'll go ahead and set up for tomorrow night on Twitch. So make sure you watch out for this game that you see on your screen. It's going to be the battle for the Hudson River, New Jersey at New York. The first time these 2 teams will meet in the regular season. Going to be a fun ride as always, but until then, stay safe, everybody. Thank you so much for spending a little time with us, and we'll go ahead and talk to you later.